Well, good morning. I don't think anybody's out there because it showed that I had nobody out there of my followers, if you will. But that's okay, I'm here. I made something really cool yesterday. Good morning. A couple of people are popping in here on me. Hi, what's up? In and out, perhaps, sir. They kind of come and go here. Yesterday I made something from mesquite wood. I didn't do it live though. I didn't know how it was going to come out, so I thought I'd do it, and I'll reveal it probably tomorrow if I get time. How's it going? Boy, there's a lot of people chiming in here. Stick around. Say hi where you're from. Yep. Is that same? Well. Trying to see who's sticking around. Lawrence, is that you? Somebody's here. Well, I'm going to attempt to make a rolling pin. Excuse me. I don't know how it's going to come out. This is some tamarind wood. It originates from Africa, but they even have it down in Florida now, I guess, and other places, other countries. Spalted, so if it doesn't work out, I'm going to cut it up and make little candle holders and see what happens. But anyhow, how you doing? Hey, he boy. 808, how you doing? So, it's early out here in Arizona. I've been up for a while. Went to bed early and got up. Had some coffee, I'm just having some water. Good morning, Lawrence. What's it doing, buddy? How's Schenectady, New York? I'm here. Like I said, I had some mesquite wood that I had in my other house. Totally forgot about it. Been sitting there for years. Some logs came down from a tree that blew over from a storm. And everybody knows mesquite's great for barbecuing. And I brought some over here, chopped up, and I used a piece yesterday. It's beautiful. I've got another coat of polyurethane on it. I'm going to go get it and I'll show it to you. Hang on. Don't go away. That is beautiful. Look at this. That's mesquite. It grows pretty good out here in Arizona. All those natural cracks in it, and this one didn't blow up on me like the one I made from maple, but you learn from all that. Yeah, it's still drying. I think that's the only last coat I'm going to put on here, perhaps, of polyurethane. I think I probably got maybe 4 coats, thin layer of polyurethane, but there it is. I got a whole bunch more over there of mesquite, and I've got 2 more logs at my other house that I just might drag over here and have it readily available. So that's awesome. That's the end of the log right there and there. So I put the log on like this as opposed to end to end. I put it this way. That's the way William does it, and when he turns his organic logs and whatnot that he gets out of the forest out there in Georgia, some of the stuff that he sent me. But that's how they do that. But God, that's kind of cool the way it looks like bear claws right there, wrapped around or something, grabbing a hold of something. I don't know. Got to use your own imagination. That's kind of cool. I don't know. So, see, you're getting your lathe. When did you say you're getting your lathe? Was it tomorrow or today? Tomorrow? What's today? Thursday? Yeah, it's already Thursday. I like this. This is gorgeous. I bored it out with a 2 3/8 bore bit. You know, and my bore bits are getting a little dull. That's what I use to bore it out. You know, and I've got 2 more of these, but they're all kind of getting dull, and they're kind of hard to sharpen. So it would take a professional to resharpen them. I'm not that. But I have tried to sharpen them. I do pretty good, though. Get it tomorrow. Awesome. Okay, that would be Friday. Because today's Thursday already. Yeah, I have it sitting over there on my vise. I just put it in there, hold it up so I can get it out of the way. No, I put it on my tailpiece. Let me explain it to you. Let me go put this down and I'll show you what I do. Hang on. I put it on my tailpiece, which when you get you have this part here, obviously where the motor is, and your tailpiece. So I'll have to. If you watch my videos, you'll see me boring it out. Let me move my camera or my phone around so you can see what I do. Hang on. Okay, you can see, by the way, I wouldn't be able to do this rolling pin if I didn't have that extension on my lathe. You can't see it very well. But you put this in here and you turn. You probably watched some of my videos, so you've seen it. You put this on here and then you push this all the way up to where you're going to bore it, and then you turn this and you feed it in slowly, and this will come out like this, you know. So you're feeding that in like that. This is not spinning. The bowl or your object, whatever you're doing, is spinning, and this just gets fed inside until you get your desired depth. If that makes any sense. Hey, Bill, what's up, man? I'm explaining to Lawrence something about how to bore out. I use like something I cheat a little bit. I bore things out and so I can get all the meat out and then I finish it out. But I was showing him something I made from some mesquite, and I was showing how to do the boring. Does that help you out, Lawrence? I hope it does. Anyways, yeah, you just put that in your tailpiece and then you turn it and it just feeds in. This doesn't spin. Like I said, it just eats away your product or your little piece of wood there, whatever it is, that is going to be spinning, and that just cuts it right into it. So that's how that's done. Let me flip my camera around again. Well, I'm going to try to make a rolling pin out of this. I don't know how it's going to work out. Okay, yeah. I have a bunch of bits. 2 3/8 was the biggest I could find. I know that I would like to have a 2.5 inch bit, but I couldn't find anywhere I was buying stuff like that. Hey, Bill, did you see what I made from my mesquite wood? I made it yesterday. I wasn't on live because it was the first time I ever used any mesquite, so it was a trial and error, and it came out really pretty. Okay, I'm glad it helped out a little bit. Texas dad. Oh, he's gone. Anyways, hi, people. Yeah, stick around. Tell me where you're from. Enjoy the crowd here. But okay, let me go get it again. I'll show you. It's awesome. It looks like kind of the one I made of the spalted maple that William gave me. And this is mesquite from Arizona that I had at my other house for years laying around. I forgot about it. And then once William started doing stuff out of these organic pieces of wood, it got me to thinking. I remembered I had some old mesquite, just it's dried out. It's been there for years. I brought 2 logs over. I got 2 more logs at the house. I might drag them over here so I can use them because it's beautiful. Check out this bad boy. Looks like bear claws wrapped his hands around it. But this is the ends of the log. Not I put the log on like this rather than end to end, you know. But that is mesquite, and it's a 2 3/8 bore. That's what I bored it out with. And then I just took some real coarse sandpaper to round that lip off. But I love all these natural cracks. Yeah, this is mesquite. Good old mesquite grows well out here in Arizona. I don't know if you have any mesquite. What state are you in, Bill? I can't remember. I know you have a place in Florida also, but I can't remember what state you're from, if you don't mind me asking. But yeah, it's pretty. I'm going to make some more out of this mesquite. Pretty cool. But yeah, some natural cracks. I did put some glue in there, super glue to hold it together. I was afraid it was going to blow apart on me. So I glued it up. Is that New Hampshire? You know what that means, New Hampshire? NH? Awesome. New Hampshire. But that's pretty. I like it. It's kind of cool. It's got a little flat bottom right there. Kind of see the angle there. But I put some mount screws on there. Okay, New Hampshire. I'll try to remember that. New Hampshire. I've never been to New Hampshire. I know it's probably got a lot of forest and stuff, but yeah. You know, did you say okay? Did you say you have it? Do they grow mesquite out there? I don't even know if you guys have mesquite out there, but if you do, get some and dry it out and use it, man. It's beautiful wood, and I've got a whole bunch over there. Crazy. Well, but yeah, yeah. Well, guess I should get started here. It's early. Pine and hemlock. I've heard of hemlock. I'm not familiar. I wouldn't be able to identify it, obviously. Hemlock. Hmm. Is it a hardwood? I would assume it's obviously harder than pine. I would assume that. Yeah, we got a lot of pine up north, up in the woods, up the mountains. But I don't know what kind of hardwoods we have here. I guess I ought to dive into that and find out what the heck they got up there. Same as pine. Okay, hemlock. I didn't know it. I've never really seen the hemlock boards. I've heard of that, hemlock, but I'm not familiar with it really, to be honest with you. Same as pine. Okay, cool. Well, shoot, but that mesquite, pretty cool. I've got a bunch of. I think the other day when I was on live, but I didn't turn anything. I was kind of giving you I don't know who was all here. I can't remember. I was giving you a little tour of my garage, and I was showing you that blocks of wood. And when I was over in California this last weekend, because my brother-in-law was on hospice, and by the way, he passed away Tuesday. We came back Sunday, and we were over there. Anyways, while I was there, my sister had some old pieces of firewood of oak, elm and birch too. Okay, we have oak and maple ash. Awesome. Yeah, he was 85. 16 years ago, he had a liver transplant. So he almost died. He came that close to dying, and he got a liver right away. And again, he lived for another 16 years. And he was 85. And we had a early Father's Day for him on the Saturday, and he ate a big meal, was talking to people, and my sister texted me and said he wasn't waking up on Tuesday. Within 25 minutes, I called her back. I didn't want to text, and he had passed, So, no more pain. But he had a good life. He was definitely a 100% of a family man. His family was so dear to him, and he showed it, not just said it. He showed it. So, no more pain, no more suffering. Yeah, I got to say goodbye. I got to say he was like a brother to me, and he was my brother-in-law, and good guy, very good to my sister. He would do anything for her. She saved his life during the time he was dying from liver problems, and she kept him alive till he got that liver, man. She should be a nurse. She's really good at that stuff. I got a big old piece of wood that I brought from my sister's place. It's a big old knot. It's beautiful. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I can get some ideas from you guys. Hang on. Check out this big old knot. It's gorgeous. It's really, you probably can't hardly tell much. I don't know what to do with this thing, and turn it, make it out of something. I don't know. I'm kind of at a dilemma. Or just leave it that way and then clean it up and make it shiny. I don't know. I'd have to cut. But this is oak, I believe. It's kind of hard. This is so dried out. I think it's oak. My sister said it was all oak. They had it laying around beside their house for their fireplace, and I don't know. Pretty cool though. I think that's awesome. Yeah, a burl. Yeah, that's what you call them. Sorry, I call it a knot. Burl. What would I do with this? I bet you William is probably be more experienced, maybe obviously, than I am, what to do with this thing. But any suggestions, I'll be glad to listen. But set this back over here. Yeah, I'll have to remember that term burl. I couldn't think of the word. I call it a knot. Turn into a bowl. Okay, well, like I said, I gotta figure out how to manipulate it. I'd like to try to leave the character as best as possible on that without messing it up. So I have to figure out how to do that. So we'll see. But you guys are up and at it. And Lawrence on here is getting a lathe tomorrow, and he lives in Schenectady, New York. Same town as my oldest son. That's pretty cool. What's the chance of that? But he's been inspired to get a lathe, and that's awesome, I think. But looks like a few people are here. I got 3 people. Can't see who's all here. But no, I just got 2. William and Bill. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant Lawrence and Bill. Well, I could probably start turning on this thing. Here's the deal. It's called tamarind wood. I got it at Woodworkersaurus. it's supposed to be spalted, so I don't know if it's going to work out for a rolling pin. I thought it'd be kind of cool to see what it looks like. And if it doesn't, after I get it all rounded off into a circumference, if it don't work out for rolling pin, I'll cut it in little pieces, and then I will make little candle holders like I've made before. Hang on. I'll just use it to make a bunch of little candle holders and put these things in it. And I'll bore it out for it. So yeah. So that's what I might do. So let's just see what happens when I start carving in. I got a little hairline crack here, so you don't ever know how far down it goes. That's where the handle's going to be. And hello there. Good morning to you, Marie. I think I gotta get my glasses on. So this thing is about 19 inches long. And if I didn't have the extension piece on my lathe to make it longer, I wouldn't be able to turn this long. Marie Hilty. Awesome. Thank you for coming by. Well, okay. I'm sorry. Half the time I can't see this stuff, so I have to reach over here and stick my face in the phone. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm up early. This is Arizona. I've been up since 1 o'clock, had my coffee. It's 3:27, and I didn't care. I'm just gonna come out here and get online and see who pops in. So, yeah. So I'm gonna get going so you can watch. I'm just gonna try to make a rolling pin out. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna cut it up into little pieces and make candle holders, like I said earlier. I repeat myself because new people pop in all the time. They don't know what's going on. So let's get going on this thing and see what happens. I got a little crack here, small one. I don't know how far it goes in there. I have a little crack here. That's right where the handle's going to be. So you never know what's on the inside, but I thought this was kind of a cool piece here. It's got some dark stuff. I hope when I make it, trim it off, it don't I don't lose that, so I might end up with a little bit of it, so we'll see what happens. You're in Pittsburgh. Well, my good, we got Pittsburgh, we got New Hampshire, we got Schenectady, New York here. All you early birds back there. Of course, it's not that bad. 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 6:30 your time, almost. But all right, let me get going and get started on this thing and see what happens. First, I'm going to just make a cylinder out of it, and that's all I'm going to do, see how it looks. And then I'll determine whether or not I'm going to continue on with a rolling pin. I made 3 other rolling pins. You'll see some of my reveals. Couple of them I didn't do live, except my daughter. I made a one out of walnut. And you'll see my reveal on that one. It's on there, all of my little 1-minute videos. Well, thank you, Marie. Awesome. Well, let's get going on this thing. No, okay? Yeah, I woke up at 1 o'clock. I went to bed early. I was just so tired. And then got up at 1, my time. Made some coffee, made some more coffee. Now I got myself a little bottle of water. I love water. So let's get rocking on this thing. So what I'll do is just kind of make a club out of it, just round it all. I'll get these, you can see this is raw. Haven't done anything to it yet. Hey, Maria, are you still there? Did you see a piece I made yesterday? Were you here when I was showing everybody? Then I'll get busy. It's a piece I made from mesquite wood. Hang on. and then we'll get going. If you're still here, Marie, I don't know if you are or not. I don't think you're here. I don't know. Anyways, mesquite. Isn't that awesome? People are popping in, popping out. So if you're still here, that's what I made yesterday. I didn't go live on this. I just did it by myself out here working along. And that's a piece I've had forever in my other house. So if you're still here, there it is. Voila. But I'll do a 1 minute reveal later today. Still got that crack. This may not work. Got some hairline cracks here. I don't know, because you really don't want cracks, because if you actually use it, this will probably just be a display piece as opposed to a user. If you have cracks in there, you don't want to have food get in there and go rancid and rot. So it would be dangerous to do it. So we'll see. I don't know. It just might be a display piece, and that's all. It'll be pretty. If not, I'll just see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I still got to round it off. It's still got flat spots. Apparently, I didn't get that centered very well. I got a flat spot here, but that's where the handle is, so it's going to be smaller anyways. I hope I can get past. Excuse me. A little dusty, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. See what happens. got some nice grain to it. I was a little apprehensive to use a spalted wood, but I was caught up by the beautiful grain that it had, and I kind of had a question whether or not I should use it. That's all right. I'm gonna keep going with it. I might make it just use it for a display. Might be the trick. Might not use it, but you can display it. That'd be pretty. Tamarind wood. Originally from Africa, but they have it in other countries now. I guess southern Florida, from what I understand. So, look, you got a few people here. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna go sharpen my tool. Be right back. Just the light off. Well, peace and fire, William. Oh, where you at, buddy? Are you here, William? I think you're here. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you and Jesse for a while. Well, let's just chitty chat for a minute. Crazy. Awesome. Hey, you weren't here earlier. I showed a few other people. I think I showed you that I had some mesquite wood at my other house I brought over here. Totally forgot I had it over there because I wasn't into this lathe thing. And then because of what you do with organic wood, I remembered I had some that mesquite. I think I showed you, right? Now, I made something out of it. I didn't go live yesterday because I didn't know if it'd blow up on me. It was a new adventure on my mesquite wood, but I'll show it to you. It's awesome. A piece of that mesquite. There's the end of the logs right here. And I bored it out 2 3/8. Nice, beautiful, organic cracks. I love that. And that looks like a bear is hugging it. Kind of cool. Who knew? Hugging a beer mug or something. Maybe. But, yeah. That's that mesquite I was telling you about. That stuff is so dried out. I had it for years. Where I worked, a big old tree fell down, and a huge mesquite. That was a monster. We had a bad storm. They chopped it up. We had mesquite everywhere. I used that stuff for years barbecuing, and I totally forgot I had 4 logs. I still got 2 more logs over there at my other house. I brought 2 over here, and this is my first attempt using that mesquite. So because of your work, this inspired all this, and now I've got some cool wood. I can't remember. Did you say you had mesquite out there where you're at? I don't know. You said you weren't sure, I think, at one point. But yeah, mesquite's very common out here. I don't think it requires a lot of water, and they survive like a Palo Verde tree. Palo Verde, I think, is the state tree, I think. But there you go. I'm letting it dry. I got that final coat of polyurethane on it. I wanted a real high gloss on it, but pretty cool. The guy's got a little flat bottom on one end somewhere. There it is. Kind of adds a little character right there, that flat black spot. But I wanted to show you. Still not sure about that mesquite. Well, if anything, it's great for barbecue. But I had those logs, like I said, laying around, and I'm gonna go get the other two now that I've seen how beautiful that wood is. And yeah, thank you. But yeah, that had it not been for you doing what you do, that would have never been a thought in my mind to bring that stuff over to turn, because I wouldn't have gave it any thought. I would probably just use it for barbecuing, you know, chop it up and use it for barbecue. Okay, man. All right, Bill, take care, man. He's getting motivated. But yeah, I'm at a crossroads with this. But I think this is tamarind, and it's got a lot of. I was gonna make a rolling pin out of it. It's gonna probably be just a display piece because it's got cracks in it, and you don't obviously want to use it on any kind of food because it would hold debris and whatnot, and it would get rancid inside and create a problem, I think. So yeah, I was over in California this last Thursday through Sunday. Came back Sunday. My sister had a bunch of firewood at the side of the house of oak. Had been there for years, and I got this one really cool piece of a burl. I said a knot earlier, but Bill told me it's a burl. I go, okay, I forgot. But I want to show you. I don't know what to do with it. It's so cool. I love it, but I'm kind of at a crossroads on what to do with that and how to mount it if I was going to turn it. Hang on, let me go get that burl. It's awesome. I believe it's oak. But look at that bad boy. Looks like a mountain, and I think it's oak. You would know better. But isn't that cool? Look at all that wild looking texture to it. It's just I'd have to probably. If I was going to put on a lathe, I'd have to lop this piece off probably because I wouldn't be able to fit it on my lathe. But look at that's. You can see how big it is. But I think that's cool. I would have to get a little instruction. I know. I almost hate to drill into this. Be cool if I could bore this out without putting any kind of holes in here to mount it on the lathe. So I'm kind of in a dilemma with it. I should just leave it the way it is and kind of let it be a cool piece laying around outside. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to let it set a while until I get a wild idea or someone comes up with something that can help me out. Ponder on that. Maybe you can come up with something. But Lost in the Grain. Yeah, okay, I'll have to watch that. Um, yeah, that guy does some pretty good stuff. But right now, I've got this is about almost 19 inches long. I am going to make a rolling pin on it, but I was going to think if it didn't work out, I was just going to cut it up and make little candle holders, because that would be pretty also. I could make a lot of candle holders out of this. And rolling pin, it's got too many little cracks in it. They said it's spalted, which is probably not a good idea to make a rolling pin, but I got caught up in the beauty of the wood, and I grabbed it and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. You know how it is. Okay, yeah, lost in the grain. I'll definitely check that out. Be good. So I noticed you haven't been on. You must have been busy. You haven't been on live either. And I was gone to California because my brother-in-law was on hospice, and we had Saturday. We celebrated a early Father's Day for him, and he had a great meal and talking to people. And we got back Sunday, and he passed away Tuesday. Um, so today's 30. 2 days ago he passed. So, but he lived a long life, 85, and that's my oldest sister's husband. And he hung in there though. Wow, you're in Illinois? Yeah, well, that's all right. You know, no more pain and suffering. You know, he had a liver transplant 16 years ago, so we almost lost him then. I mean, he was on death's door, and at the last second, basically, he got a liver transplant of a 17-year-old boy, and he lived 16 more years out of that. So, but so building a fiber network. Okay, cool. All right. Well, glad you guys are all popping in. Somebody's here. I don't. Yeah, Lawrence is still here. Samuel Lawrence is his name. He lives in Schenectady, where my son is. And William's here, and a few other people. People pop in and pop out. You know, that's the way it is. I get more people watching me this time than I do any other time. But let's just see what happens here. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just make it a display rolling pin, and I'll just keep it here at the house and mount it on the wall somewhere. Fiber. All right. Well, bring my cooler up a little closer. It's getting a little warm in here. I've got the door open a little bit. Yeah. Well, I hope to see you live again soon, Mr. William. It gives me something to do in the evening when I'm just sitting around to watch you and Jesse. I haven't seen Jesse in a while either. I guess you all busy. I know a lot of your work probably depends on weather, you know, so as far as what you do outside of the house. Yeah, I don't watch much TV anymore. Like I've told you before, I watch YouTube and Jesse and William in the evening, or my son sometimes goes live, but he don't do anything but sit because he thinks he's a rock star. I guess, you know, young and handsome. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just making the circumference now. I'm gonna whittle the rest of this down, but if I didn't have the extension piece on my lathe, this would be too long, just with the original size, you know. So I had that. I bought that, as I told you all before. I bought the extension shortly right after I got this lathe for $107, and I'm glad I did because otherwise I wouldn't be able to turn this. This is 19 inches long, and so it's just past the center point into the other section that the extension, you know. So yeah, if anybody gets a lathe, I think you're all going to want the extension down the road. If you know, unless you got a real big lathe, obviously. I know, William, you just bought a big lathe, so you can accommodate baseball bats, spindles, or whatever you want to make. So let me get going on this. Let me start chipping away at this, and then I'm gonna make the handles obviously more narrow. I'm gonna carve them out, and then try to match them up, which is pretty. It's not that hard to do. Okay, you're off on Sundays. I'm off every day, sorta. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Yeah, we'll be gone. We gotta go watch the grandkids for a few days, so I won't be around. Other than I'll be watching people, but I won't be doing anything until after Sunday. Tomorrow we gotta go and here in town and watch three of the grandkids. Even though they are older, the parents want somebody to be there. And of course, we're always elected, and they're good kids. We have a good time, and I'll make pancakes for them in the morning. They like my pancakes. I'm a pancake making fool. Well, let's get rocking on this. Like I said, I've got the circumference on here, and then I'm gonna make it all the same, and then I'm gonna come back and start working on the handles. That's all I'm gonna do. Turn this a little bit. We can see what's going. That's right. You know, he lived a good life, man. That guy had more surgeries than anybody. He went without a hip for a year until the infection went away. Can you imagine that? He had like 3 hip surgeries. Um, And then that guy's tough. That was tougher than nails, man. That guy, what he'd been through, the pain he had to go through. But he was a tough dude. Um, I don't know if I could do it. Maybe I'm too wimpy. You have to do what you got to do sometimes. But he was a 100% family man. Loved his family with everything he had. He was always there. When my kids graduated from high school, they were always there. They would come to out in East Texas, even when I lived out there, come visit and go to graduations, and so they were always there. But let me get going. I almost got it to the complete circumference here. This will probably not be there, maybe a little bit. I hope some of this gets to remain. I was hoping to be kind of deep into it, but we'll see. It is what it is, but that's pretty. Look at that. It's okay. See what happens. Man, this stuff chips up pretty good. Yeah, this has definitely got some deep cracks in there. William, where'd you go, bud? Are you still here? Lawrence, you here? Say hi again. Make sure I see. I see your little thing up there. It says S, like for Superman. But Lawrence, it's just me and you, dude. Oh, wow, that's a splinter. Yeah, it's got some. Man. Okay, Lawrence. Looks like you're still here, right? Let's see here. Let's just see here what we got. 4 inches. Pretty close. Now let's just determine. See how big that is. Probably an inch and a half. 2 inch. That's perfect. Well, I got big hands, so I make it for me. But, you know, like I said, it's got some cracks, but I think it's going to be beautiful, you know. But, hey, William, have you ever made a rolling pin before? I've got it pretty well matched up, the handles. I got it from this edge here to the very end. It's 4 5/8. I think I went a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. Like I said, it's going to be for display. You know, I'll make maybe a little tabletop rack for it so it can just set out rather than hang out. I did put a lip on it. We'll see. Oh, it's some pretty wood. Like I said, I got to leave a little bit of that in there. They said it's spalted, but I kind of thought maybe it wouldn't be a good idea to use it for rolling pin, but I didn't care because I could use it for display as well. But so. Anyway, it sure chips up, man. This stuff, a lot of chips, no salsa. I wonder what the lifespan of this motor is because it's sure been hanging in there pretty well. It's the original belt too that I bought, or it came with it rather. I bought 2 more belts just to have them on standby. Yeah, definitely a home defense. I'll make a baseball bat for that. I could do that. But okay, I've always got my gun ready, so. You know, I carry a gun 99% of the time. Out in Arizona, we can do that. We can pack. We don't need no permit either. We can keep concealed with no permit. Awesome. It's getting crazy out there. Better carry a gun. I pray to God I never have to use it. But somebody comes in this house, they're not coming in to talk about Jesus. They're coming in to do you bodily harm or take something from you. Or both. Yeah. Don't want to have to hurt nobody, but don't come into my house. Well, well, well. Time to put a little sandpaper on this. Tamarind. Tamarind. Originally from Africa, they grow in other countries and South Florida, from what I understand. In case I didn't say that before. Be right back. Gotta get a little bored. Hang on. Gotta move my little back. Let's just see here. Maybe I can pick up some of this dust. I hope. We'll see. Yeah. George is the same when it comes to guns. Good. Awesome. Yeah, they're trying to take our guns away. Ain't gonna happen. Not in my lifetime. I learned this on YouTube. I never thought about this before, but when you're doing something like this and you want to get it perfectly the same, sanding, maybe I should put my, maybe I should put that up here. I thought about that. Maybe I can rest it on there and see if that'll work out. But that might be the key. That might work out. Anyway, it's pretty cool. You can get it perfect that way rather than, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Only one way to find out. Let's just see. Yeah. I probably would have never thought about this unless I seen it on YouTube. So it's not my idea. I don't like to take somebody else's idea and, claim I came up with it. I didn't. I'm just checking it out, see if it works. Not bad. I'm still probably going to have to do a little by hand, but I thought I would see how well that. Probably should use a little coarser sandpaper. Try a little bit coarser. Whom is here?
Well. Sabrina, guess you're gone. Somebody else is here. Well, welcome. I know William was here, but I think he's gone.
He had to go to work, I guess. All right, let me do some sanding on these handles.
Yeah, thanks, Lawrence. I guess you're back. I guess you came back and see me. Hey,
This is going to be just a display piece because of the little cracks in it and stuff like that. Um, it's especially right here. There's some, but it gives it character, so it's just going to be a display piece. I'm going to round this. Oh, we can't see it. Let me turn this a little bit. I'm going to probably round off the ends a little bit, kind of taper them down a tad. I'll do that a little bit, but I was just trying to get some sand on it. Sand. I got some grooves in here. I need to get it out with my sandpaper. Ouch. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about all this mesquite wood I have. Yeah, you just put it on in the kitchen. It's just a rolling pin. I'll display it or give it someone for display purposes only. You could use it, but if you get food down in there, it could cause, bacteria to grow, become rancid. You don't want that. So, having said that, I was gonna maybe cut it up, make candle holder, but I kind of like it. I just want to leave it the way it is. At least I should have a little bit of that dark green into it. That gives a little character. There's a little bit of green here. I don't know if you can see it much. Right here. I'll do a 1-minute video probably in the next few days. I'm gonna be gone for about 4 days, babysitting some grandkids, so I'll be out of pocket. But yeah, definitely a mantle trick. But let's just sand a little bit more. A moisture meter. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. I'm going to round these off a tad. Get in there. Hope I don't blow it out.
Okay, William, have a good one, bud. Sorry I missed you saying goodbye. Looks like Samuel Lawrence, you're still here with me.
Anyway, I just rounded off the end a little bit. You know, rolling pins are, they don't take long.
They don't take long, and they're great gifts. And you can either make a bracket to hold them up on the wall, like I did my daughter, and where you can display them on make a little display mount, if you will, and put it on the countertop in your kitchen. And they make great gifts. People love them. Put it on your windowsill. But, you know, you just gotta find the right wood. I wouldn't recommend this wood because of this one has spalting in it. So, but if it didn't have spalting in it, it would probably work out real nice. But I love it. But I think it's going to be nice. Like I said, it's going to be a display piece. I think it's awesome. It got a little more light sanding to do, and I'm just going to put some mineral oil on it. Is what I'm going to do. So if someone were to use it, it wouldn't be rancid. It wouldn't be. Wow. Well, I bet you're pretty excited about getting your lathe. I know I was when I got mine. I went crazy with it. It's still been crazy. But it's only almost 5. My wife should be getting up here shortly. About time for have a cup of coffee with her. But like I said, I'll do a 1-minute reveal in the next few days. I won't be able to do it maybe till Monday, because I'm going to be gone with some grandkids, 3 of them. Yeah. Just like I said, I'm sure you been on YouTube watching all these guys do that, because those are the pros that do it professionally, been doing it forever. They know all the shortcuts, and they make some wild stuff that I'm not ready for yet. Maybe never will be. Maybe won't want to mess with it because they do so many little intricate pieces, and your tools have got to be so precision. And I don't have the greatest tools, but I make them work for me. But those guys have the perfect tools that can get everything exact to put pieces together. And quite frankly, I don't have that. Yeah, watch YouTube. That's what I did. I watched it for hours. And I still do periodically. I haven't in a while, but I'm going to get back on. I want to learn how to make a lid on a bowl. I watched it before, then it's not real in my head yet how to do it. But I'm definitely going to make a bowl with a lid on it. You know, so let me put a little more sand on this, and I'll probably, it's like I got a crack right here. That's weird. I'm not going to worry about it. It's there. It is what it is. I know it's not from my tool. It's just a natural crack. It's kind of a bummer. But I'm not going to worry about it. Display only. In a little bit, I'll put some mineral oil on it, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, what type of tools I use? Well, that's a good question. Well, when I'm doing the outside perimeter, to knock it down to be a complete circumference, I start off with a 1-inch gouge. And if you don't have a grinder to keep these things sharp, I would suggest you invest in about what you can buy one. I think even Walmart sells them. Probably $30, $40 max if you don't have a grinder, so you can grind these edges. But that's a 1-inch gouge. I use this one a lot, and I love this little 1-inch scraper. I have to sharpen him a lot. You kind of just go round it off, and then there you go. But I love that one. I use this one a lot, even for inside scooping it out, and I use it for the outside. I used it for this handle, so I can get that little groove right there. And I use my half-inch gouge. You can buy a set, you know. I would stay away from the ones in Harbor Freight because they're just not that good. And then, of course, you got other little things you use periodically to make little designs in. What can I do here? So yeah, when you get a set of them, they'll come with just about every one that you saw. The one that I bought by itself, this is just Benjamin's Best. I got it where I get my exotic woods at Woodworker Source. I ordered them off the line, some of them. I'm trying to remember where I got them. I have so many websites with tools and woodworking stuff, and you can even buy blanks of wood already laminated together on some of these. I want to make a list for you, but I don't. It's on my computer. But that one didn't come with the set. I bought this one individually, and I love this tool. It's awesome. And some of these are Robert Sorby. They come in a set. I don't remember what I paid for it. I bought a whole set. I take that back. These two didn't come with that set. I bought these at Woodworker Source, the half-inch gouge and the little scraper. These are Benjamin's Best, but there again, they're not bad. Like any tool, you gotta sharpen them periodically. Hello there. How are you? Sure. Can't see the name, but it's trial and error. But like I said, before I even got my lathe, I was finding sets of chisels at Goodwill, and I bought a set of Craftsman and a set what I believe to be from Harbor Freight. They'll bend on you. Especially I was gouging, I didn't know what I was doing. I wish I could exactly tell you what website it was. But there again, Benjamin's Best and Robert, I think it's Sorby. There's all kinds of them, but it depends on how much you can pay $150 or more just for one tool. I can't do that, you know. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. So anyway, I just make do with what you got, you know. I mean, I could make I still got those other tools, but I don't use them anymore because they're just not that great. They bend, but I think everybody starts off a little bit less expensive. But try to do your mid-range tool. I would, you know, when you're starting out. And if you get really into it, where you go pro, man, you can spend a ton of money on for one tool. You know, it's just what you want to put into it. But Well. I'm gonna go ahead and put some mineral oil on this and see what happens. Mineral oil is what you can use where it don't go rancid and it's safe. You put it on your cutting boards. Cutting boards or butcher block, that's what that's for. It won't go rancid on you, get people sick. But there again, because of the cracks in it, if you used it, food would get in there and probably cause a problem. So display only. That's all I'm going to use it for. Little display. But I got a heck of a crack here, but I'm leaving it. I'm not going to mess with it. Otherwise, I'd have to carve it out more, and I don't want to do that. So, like I said, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, excuse me. A little dusty. I think I need to get some more mineral oil. What do you think about? Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty nice. What do you think about that? Look at that. That's what happens when you. The finished product is always fun. It kind of comes alive like somebody plugged it in, you know. I'll let that soak in and do another coat here after a while. That's pretty. Look at that. Yeah, a nice little display item. We don't have a lot of counter space, so I'll probably just give it to somebody if they want it for display only. What do you think? Hey. Hello. Hey, Bexmo, what's up? How you doing? I'm just finishing up this little rolling pin that I'm going to consider a display only because it has some cracks in it. And that wouldn't be good to get food in there, go rancid and cause someone a problem. So it'd be a nice little display piece only. Or you can crack somebody in the head. I hope not. I just put some mineral oil on it. What do you think? This is, oh golly, tamarind wood. Originated from Africa, and they grow it in other countries and South Florida. So that's some pretty wood. I'll do a reveal on it, probably not till Monday because we're going to be gone for a few days and we'll get back till late Sunday. And yeah, rolling pins, if you haven't made one, they are great gifts. This is my fourth one. My last one I made was out of complete walnut. Turned out beautiful. I love walnut to turn. And I made a little bracket so she hangs it on her wall in her kitchen just for display. She can use it. She probably never will. But if she does, it can be used because there's no crack. But this one has some cracks in it. But it's just too beautiful to cut up. I thought about cutting it up and making little candle holders out of it, but I just couldn't do it. I wanted to keep it all in one piece, and like I said, you could use it for a self-defense club. I'll let that soak in, and for a while. But I'm gonna probably pop out of here. But that's okay. Not for use, just display. I like it. It is nice wood. The prettiest wood I've ever used was olive wood. The first one I ever made was from olive wood. Someone gave me a piece just like this, about this long, out of olive wood. It was the most gorgeous grain, and gave it to someone for Christmas, and they're really into the Italian vibe, so olive wood fit right in. But, well, thank you. Appreciate that. You know, it's nice to get encouragement from people. We all encourage one another because a lot of us are just starting out. I don't do this every day. There again, I've had it for the lathe about 15 months, and I've had my good, bad, and uglies. But hey, I will show you now that you're here. You have not. You just came on, so I'll show you a piece I did yesterday out of some mesquite wood that I've had for years at my other house. Forgot all about it. Never thought about using it for anything other than barbecue. But let me go get it. I'll show you. It's awesome. I just got my final coat of poly on it, so I've got it. Check that out. Is that not? Looks like a bear hugging a beer mug or something. There's some cracks. I love it. Isn't that beautiful? That's mesquite. Yeah, mesquite. I brought 2 logs over. I got 2 more at my house and the other house, and like I said, forgot about it because I was just cutting it up and using it for barbecuing, and so I drug 2 logs home. And this is the first piece I took out. I didn't go live yesterday because I thought maybe it might blow apart on me because look at all these cracks. You're thinking, okay, this is going to blow up, and it didn't because I was really careful when I bored it out. So, yeah, looks like the cups they use on Gilligan's Island, but it was a coconut. Remember that? Gilligan's Island had them fake coconut glasses they used, or cups, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is my Gilligan's Island cup. But that looks like a bear grabbing a hold of a big old beer mug or something. I think that's cool. You just never know what's underneath this wood. But that's the end of the grain. So I put the log on. I didn't put the log end to end on my lathe. I put it this way and then started turning it. It was all lopsided at first. It was vibrating pretty good. Yeah, looks like bear claws. My bear mug. Of course, you can't drink out of it. I got polyurethane in it, but I wanted to. I've got about probably 4 coats of poly on it. Probably the mini wax gloss. So I like it. It's beautiful. I'm just getting really excited about all this organic stuff. Like I said, William got me interested in that, but watching him, and then he sent me some wood, and I turned some wood on that he gave me. It was that spalted red maple. Then that one blew out on me. Then I re-glued it and fixed it, and it turned out beautiful. But you know, this is one of a kind. It's just every piece of wood that you do is going to be unique, and you'll never have another one like it. Yeah, you could put some fake flowers in it, perhaps, or a pencil holder. Be really good on a nice big man desk, if you will. And you can put your pencils or if you're a cigar smoker, put your cigars in it. I don't smoke, but if you're a cigar smoker, that would be kind of cool to have a bunch of some cigars in it. Like you said, change cup, fake flowers. You don't want to put anything wet in it. Can't put water in it. Yep, nothing the same, man. But that's what I love about woodworking. especially when you're counting on the grain to be part of the design. It's a God-given thing where he just makes something beautiful, then you take it and by you carving it, enhances that beauty that it's already God made, you know. But I'm excited about this piece. I mean, it's still kind of getting dry. I put on it real early this morning. I came out here and put another coat on it, but I've been putting coats on it for the past day and a half, or 2 days actually. So put a coat on, let it dry, put a coat on it. Then I steel wool it. After each coat, put a light steel wool on it because it feels a little bumpy. So you just lightly steel wool it before your next coat. This way you get it nice and smooth. Just like that, like a baby butt. Baby butt smooth. But I just have it sitting over there drying. But let's see who's all here. Billy Kelly. How you doing, Billy? But I guess I'm going to probably chime off. My wife should be getting up here a little bit, and we've got to be somewhere at 1 o'clock Arizona time and be gone for a few days. And I got to clean up my mess. I'll put some more oil on this later. Let it soak in really good. Yeah, it's a nice piece. I'm pretty excited about that. But, yeah, I gotta make something for my son that's getting married. I have not done that yet. Okay, I'm gonna close this thing down. Appreciate you. God bless America. God bless all of you. Appreciate y'all chiming in. And I'm gonna be hitting the dusty trail here. Okay. This is the Ed the Desert Ratch, and from Arizona, and I'm gonna check out of this motel. Okay. I will talk to you and see you all soon. Probably not till Monday. Bye. Peace out too.